The arrest of Jeremy Clarkson, a figure synonymous with British television and unabashed controversy, sparked a storm of global intrigue and political drama. The situation escalated rapidly when two internationally recognized personalities, Elon Musk and Rowan Atkinson, entered the fray, delivering stinging critiques of UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. This unlikely convergence of voices ignited intense debates on governance, freedom of speech, and the role of public figures in shaping cultural narratives. Before we start, smash the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. Jeremy Clarkson, known for his candid opinions and divisive humor, has long been a polarizing figure. However, his arrest marked a turning point, highlighting deeper tensions within British society. Musk, the entrepreneurial icon with an unparalleled influence on modern technology and communication, and Atkinson, celebrated for his sharp wit and critique of societal norms, turned their attention to the Prime Minister, questioning his leadership and the state of democracy under his watch. Their statements resonated with millions, reverberating far beyond the UK's borders. Clarkson's arrest raised eyebrows worldwide, with details shrouded in ambiguity. Early reports suggested the charges stemmed from allegations of inflammatory remarks, but specifics remained elusive. The lack of transparency fueled speculation and distrust, creating fertile ground for commentators like Musk and Atkinson to voice their concerns. Both figures, known for their penchant for directness, unleashed scathing analyses of Starmer's policies and the broader implications of such actions for individual freedoms. Elon Musk's intervention was particularly striking. The billionaire, whose ventures span electric vehicles, space exploration, and artificial intelligence, is no stranger to controversy or speaking his mind. Musk framed Clarkson's arrest as an alarming indicator of creeping authoritarianism, drawing parallels with instances of censorship he had observed in other parts of the world. Through his social media platforms, he urged a global audience to scrutinize the erosion of personal liberties, warning of the dangerous precedent this case might set. His words resonated with a tech-savvy generation that values innovation and progress but fears government overreach. Rowan Atkinson's involvement added another layer of intrigue. Known for his brilliant comedic portrayals and sharp societal critiques, Atkinson has often defended the importance of freedom of expression. His perspective was grounded in the belief that comedy and commentary should challenge societal norms, not conform to them. Atkinson's comments pointed to a broader cultural shift in the UK, where public discourse, in his view, has become increasingly sanitized and hostile to dissenting voices. His criticism of Starmer emphasized the risk of alienating those who dare to question the status quo. Together, Musk and Atkinson's critiques painted a damning picture of Starmer's leadership. They argued that his administration's actions signaled a troubling departure from democratic ideals. Musk's tech-centric audience and Atkinson's culturally engaged following amplified these concerns, ensuring the debate reached diverse corners of society. Their perspectives ignited widespread conversations about the role of government in regulating speech and the balance between maintaining public order and safeguarding individual rights. The timing of their critiques was pivotal. The UK was already grappling with a polarized political landscape, economic challenges, and a growing sense of disillusionment among its citizens. Musk and Atkinson's voices added fuel to this discontent, challenging Starmer's ability to navigate these complexities effectively. Their interventions highlighted the fragility of his position and exposed deep divides within British politics. Beyond the immediate implications for Starmer's administration, the controversy underscored broader societal questions. What constitutes acceptable limits to freedom of expression? How should governments respond to public figures who provoke strong reactions? Clarkson's arrest became a touchstone for these debates, with Musk and Atkinson urging a re-evaluation of principles that underpin democratic governance. The involvement of such high-profile figures also illustrated the increasing interplay between celebrity influence and political discourse. Musk, whose every tweet can sway markets, and Atkinson, a cultural icon, demonstrated how their platforms could transcend national boundaries and shape global narratives. Their critiques highlighted the power dynamics in modern society, where public figures often wield more influence than traditional political leaders. While some applauded Musk and Atkinson for championing free speech, others criticized their approach, accusing them of oversimplifying complex issues. Critics argued that their interventions risked overshadowing the nuanced debates needed to address the societal challenges that Clarkson's case represented. Nonetheless, their involvement ensured that the matter received global attention, forcing policymakers and citizens alike to grapple with uncomfortable questions about governance and accountability. For Musk, the controversy aligned with his broader advocacy for open dialogue and resistance to censorship. His leadership at platforms like X, formerly Twitter, reflected his belief in the power of unfettered communication to drive progress and innovation. By framing Clarkson's arrest as a threat to these ideals, Musk tapped into a deep-seated fear among many of his followers that governments were increasingly stifling dissent under the guise of maintaining order. Atkinson's critique, on the other hand, drew from his decades-long career navigating the intersection of comedy and commentary. He underscored the vital role that humor and satire play in challenging authority and sparking critical reflection. His pointed remarks about Starmer's leadership resonated with those who felt that the UK was losing its cultural vibrancy and tolerance for diverse perspectives. As the debate unfolded, the media played a significant role in amplifying the controversy. Headlines juxtaposed Musk's technological vision with Atkinson's cultural insights, framing them as unlikely allies in a shared battle against perceived government overreach. Social media platforms became battlegrounds for supporters and detractors, each side passionately defending their stance. This digital cacophony reflected the broader societal divisions that Clarkson's arrest had laid bare. The incident also highlighted the evolving nature of political accountability in the digital age. Musk and Atkinson's critiques demonstrated how non-political figures could shape political narratives and influence public opinion. Their interventions challenged traditional notions of authority, forcing Starmer and his government to confront criticism from unexpected quarters. This shift underscored the growing importance of adaptability and responsiveness in modern leadership. While the full implications of Clarkson's arrest and the ensuing backlash remain uncertain, the event underscored the enduring tension between governance and individual freedoms. Musk and Atkinson's critiques served as a reminder that the principles underpinning democracy require constant vigilance and advocacy. Their voices galvanized a global audience, ensuring that the debate over these fundamental issues would not be easily forgotten. As the dust settled, the events surrounding Clarkson's arrest and the responses it provoked highlighted the power of collective scrutiny in shaping political and cultural landscapes. Musk and Atkinson's voices were a testament to the enduring impact of public figures in championing the principles of liberty and justice. Their critiques of Keir Starmer and his government ensured that this episode would be remembered not just as a moment of controversy, but as a catalyst for critical reflection and debate in the ongoing pursuit of a freer and fairer society. The arrest of Jeremy Clarkson sent shockwaves through British politics and society, but its ripple effects didn't stop there. The involvement of Elon Musk and Rowan Atkinson, two globally influential personalities, transformed the event into a lightning rod for international debate. The sheer weight of their critiques added layers of complexity to the controversy, sparking deeper questions about the intersection of governance, public perception, and the boundaries of authority. These developments extended far beyond Clarkson himself, touching on themes of global significance and challenging traditional norms in political accountability. As the narrative unfolded, it became clear that Musk and Atkinson had not merely criticized Prime Minister Keir Starmer in passing, but had sparked a broader movement questioning the UK's political and cultural trajectory. Clarkson's arrest, ostensibly linked to contentious remarks, was quickly reframed as a symptom of deeper issues that both Musk and Atkinson believed reflected a society grappling with its identity. Their critiques forced many to ask whether the UK was betraying its historical commitment to free speech and intellectual diversity in favor of a sanitized, overly cautious approach to public discourse. Musk's intervention came as no surprise to those familiar with his modus operandi. His role as a provocateur has long been inseparable from his status as a technological visionary. This time, however, his critique went beyond policy. It called into question the philosophical underpinnings of modern governance. Musk's perspective, informed by his global experiences and ventures, painted a picture of an authoritarian trend that he claimed was creeping into democratic systems. His emphasis on the dangers of overregulation resonated with a generation already wary of government intrusion, particularly in the digital realm. At the same time, Rowan Atkinson's critique resonated for entirely different reasons. Known for his thoughtful and incisive commentaries on societal norms, Atkinson brought a cultural lens to the debate. He questioned whether British society had reached a tipping point where dissent and humor, once celebrated as hallmarks of its identity, were now treated as threats. Atkinson's reflections carried weight not just because of his celebrity status, but because of his long-standing advocacy for free expression and his nuanced understanding of how culture shapes politics. The implications of these critiques extended well beyond Starmer's leadership. They forced the British public to confront uncomfortable truths about their democracy. Were leaders genuinely upholding the values they claimed to represent? Or were they merely paying lip service to ideals while eroding them behind closed doors? The fact that two figures from entirely different spheres, technology and entertainment, found common ground in their criticism suggested that these concerns were not confined to political insiders, but were increasingly shared by influential voices across society. The public's reaction to Musk and Atkinson's comments was as polarized as the issues at hand. Supporters hailed them as defenders of free speech, praising their willingness to challenge authority. Detractors, however, accused them of oversimplifying complex legal and social issues. Some argued that their interventions risked diverting attention from the substance of the allegations against Clarkson, turning a potentially legitimate legal process into a global spectacle. Regardless of these criticisms, it was undeniable that their involvement had ensured the issue could not be quietly swept under the rug. For Musk, the controversy served as yet another platform to articulate his broader concerns about the future of democracy. He connected the UK's handling of the Clarkson case to a global trend of censorship and suppression. Drawing from his experiences managing platforms like X, he highlighted the tension between government regulation and the principles of open dialogue. Musk's critique was not just about Clarkson. It was a warning about the broader implications of allowing governments to decide which voices could be heard and which would be silenced. Atkinson's contribution, meanwhile, carried a more personal tone. He lamented the shrinking space for satire and social commentary, arguing that the UK's cultural richness had historically relied on its willingness to tolerate, even celebrate, dissent. For Atkinson, the arrest of a figure like Clarkson symbolized a disturbing shift away from this openness. His commentary resonated with those who feared that British society was losing the very qualities that had made it a beacon of creativity and innovation. The media's role in shaping the narrative was significant. Both traditional outlets and social media platforms became arenas for intense debate, with commentators dissecting every angle of the controversy. Musk's tweets and Atkinson's interviews were analyzed, debated, and shared across the globe, reaching audiences far beyond the UK. This level of exposure ensured that the issue could not be confined to the domestic political sphere, but would become a global conversation about governance, rights, and the role of public figures in shaping cultural norms. The controversy also highlighted the evolving relationship between celebrities and political discourse. Musk and Atkinson's interventions demonstrated how non-political figures could wield significant influence over public opinion. Their critiques challenged traditional notions of who gets to participate in political debates, blurring the lines between cultural commentary and political analysis. This shift reflected broader changes in how society engages with politics, with social media enabling a more diverse array of voices to shape the conversation. One of the most intriguing aspects of the controversy was the way it exposed fault lines within British society. For some, Clarkson's arrest was a necessary step in addressing the consequences of inflammatory rhetoric. For others, it was an egregious overreach that threatened fundamental freedoms. Musk and Atkinson's critiques forced people to confront these divisions, making it clear that the issue was not just about one man, but about the values and principles that define the nation. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on Elon Musk and Rowan Atkinson criticizing Keir Starmer? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.